Hello arcade gamers, I am back with my iiRcade RetroMania Wrestling. I got this for, let me look back, $400 I think I paid for this, and I got it used, but it was in really good condition, stock. Now one thing that I didn't get with this is I didn't get the game like RetroMania that we see here, because I bought it used. When I signed into it, I only got the 10 or so games that came with it for free, like Dragon's Lair, but I didn't get this title. So I had this for about a year, and then we were able to mod it doing the mystery encoder mod. And let me turn down this music. So the mystery encoder mod allowed me at that point to add inside load games onto this. So the game I'm showing you right now is RetroMania Wrestling. I did not get this through the actual official iiRcade store. I got this later on after I was able to mod it with what we call the mystery encoder mod, which is basically just like a chipset that goes on top of the board and allows you to sideload games onto it. So the title we're looking at here was done after iiRcade closed. I got this game on there. I didn't actually get it through the official store. So I just wanted to show you that I do have that game and it does run good. I'm not a huge wrestling fan, so I don't play a ton of wrestling games. But since this is a theme for a wrestling cabinet, I wanted to show you guys, the games that fit that theme, right? Especially at the start of the stream, just so if you're catching the replay, you know that this has all the wrestling games on it, which is the RetroMania Wrestling. Now, I do need to note on that, with the RetroMania Wrestling, if you do get this cabinet, you cannot get the DLC, which is called the Legends Pack, which is a Madness Returns DLC that came out in October of 2025. It was $10. It added Macho Man Randy Savage, Demolition, the Rock and Roll Express, and Magnum TA in new stages. This iiRcade version of RetroMania does not have that DLC. So you're missing out big on Macho Man Randy Savage. But it does have a lot of the other characters, that you may remember from wrestling. I've also got WWF WrestleFest, so let's load that up so you can see it runs good. And the games are pretty quick to load. There's only been a few games I've come across that haven't played well on the iiRcade, and I only have like one or two of those on here. I've got headphones on so it doesn't interfere with the stream. Sergeant Slaughter, $1 Million Man. So you can see how good it looks too. I've got a 19-inch BOE screen replacement that I put in here from Buy Stuff Store. Looks really good. Papa Brad says I have the BOE monitor mod on his Gold. They are great arcades. He says YouTube community was very unkind to the iiRcade. It was, wasn't it? But hey, we got great machines. And Mikey says the iiRcade deserved better. And JJ's here saying, hi, Biggie D, joined late. So you may have already covered this, but what did you do to mod the iiRcade machine and allow other games to be loaded, played? So that's going to be the mystery encoder mod, which was like a chipset, like an attachment that went on the board that had added a USB port that you could sideload games from. And is this a RetroPie or a PC? No, it's the iiRcade board itself, what came with the machine. I've also got a poll running right now, which is, do you own an iiRcade? We've got 13 votes so far, and yes is 69%, no is 31%. We've also got used to, so maybe you owned one and you sold it, and then also maybe you're getting Glen's FU, because we're looking at and I put this in the description, but this is the Ultimate Control Panel from Glen's Retro Show. You can go get this, add it, gives you a trackball, gives you a 4-way and an 8-way switcher, which I can switch the joysticks from 4 to 8-way instantly. I got the volcano buttons towards the top, which are really nice, and you've got a couple of spinners too. So go check out this product because it really adds a lot. I didn't do the artwork on top of the game deck. A lot of people do that. I didn't do it. I didn't want to mess with it, but the controls are great. Papa Brad saying it was never played. Oh, it may have never been played previously. All right, so there's your WrestleFest. I just wanted to show you that this game runs just fine on it. I've also got WrestleMania, which is the newer one, and I've got Superstars. So I'll just load those up. I'm not a big wrestling guy, so I don't really play these games, but it is nice to have these on the cabinet because it is a wrestling themed cabinet. I've also got poll. I got the poll going, so make sure to vote in that. We've got 15 votes so far. Looks like most people own the iiRcade. Papa Brad's Gaming says the format looks incredible. I've got a capture card right now attached to it, and we're looking at the live feed on the camera too, and I think I've got it synced pretty good, so you can just see how good the colors are and what it looks like for me as well. And then I've got a goal right now for Super Chats, $2. If we can get 5 of those, we'll go another hour. I was only planning on going an hour just to kind of showcase this machine, because I'm about to be moving soon, so I'm going to be packing all these up and wrapping them up real nice and neat so I can move them. So I wanted to showcase them all, before I do that. But here we go. We got $2 gold going. We can just get 5 $2 super chats. We'll go for a whole nother hour. Dark Realm Gaming says Happy New Year. It also says Happy New Year chat. Happy Friday. Good to see Dark Realm in the chat and everyone hanging out. We've got 11 people in the chat. Says the volume is really loud. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Can't hear you talking that well with the music. Got it. Got it. Game sound is a bit too loud. Got it. Okay. Well, now I know where the volume needs to be. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. All right. So we'll load up here Midway's version, which is WWF WrestleMania. Much better, Papa Brad says. Good. Okay. So I know where I need to be. The good thing is we never broke the red, but you probably couldn't hear me, though, was the main thing. Always like the Undertaker. So you can see how good this game's running here. Now, there is one thing with this title, though, and I'm noticing it here as well. The volume is really bad on this game. Like, you probably can't even hear the game. It's so low. So there are some of these games where it's not perfect, right? It's not optimized for the iiRcade. That's one of them where, like, the volume's really low. Let's play some X-Men. That's a general emulation thing, Papa Brad says. And for the rest of the stream, we're just going to play the games that I like. And if you guys have any suggestions or any ones you would want to see, let me know. And I think I got the volume all right. Let me know.
Wolverine. In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world.
And I got it on the 8-way joystick right now. So I do have Simpsons on here. Simpsons actually doesn't play very good on the iArcade, but I can play it on my arcade one up that I streamed last time with y'all. So that's not a big deal. But unfortunately, Simpsons that I have on here does not run that great. The music's all messed up. And then TMNT I have on here, and TMNT wrote that in. Turtles in Time plays really good. So this is probably the ideal place to play your beat 'em up games because you get the 19-inch screen. It's not a widescreen, so everything looks proportionate and looks good. First boss. We'll get through this boss and then we'll move on to another title. All right, so there's X-Men. Hopefully you guys were able to hear that and see it in action. Plays pretty good. Dark Realm says, I still have my iArcade and he never will get rid of it. Yeah, that's what I hear. Most people that have owned this cabinet, it's one forever because it's the perfect multi-cade. You got the Mystery Encoder mod, you got some good controls on it. This is great. You know, like I have the AtGames Legends Ultimate, right? But I don't play the AtGames Legends Ultimate as much as I play this because it's got the 4x3 screen, which I really like. Papa Bread says the buttons are quieter on the iArcade with Glen's deck. It is better for streaming. Yep. So you get the quiet instead of the clicky buttons. Papa Brad says, I've never seen the iArcade on Facebook Marketplace. Thor Cade's here saying the iArcade was almost the anti-arcade one up. Fugly as sin, but high quality components for great arcade style gameplay. And it contrasts with the pretty arcade one up with the poor quality, playable crisp components. The crisp screen on the arcade one ups. Dark Realm says, does the iArcade have Eartheon? I don't know if I put that on here or not. I can check for you. And when I go through this menu, I'm going to mute it because the menu sound is pretty annoying, actually. But I don't think I have that game. No, don't have it. Unfortunately, but you pretty much anything you would want to get, you can get for this. I just put like some of my favorite games. Like Crystal Castles runs really well with this trackball, so let's check that out. So New Wave Toys has that Crystal Castles coming out soon. It's a little trackball, but it's a light up, and it rolls really good. And you can change the color of it. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of trackball games on here because I was putting some on here that weren't playing very good. So I just kind of gave up on it. But this one plays great. So it's good to have like a good marquee title that uses the controls on the game deck. This is one of them for me. Come on. Dang it. I don't think I've ever gotten very far in this. It'd be cool to have the New Wave toys like next to you while you're playing this. Yeah, it's tough. Gotta get the honey. This was such a great Atari game. Imagine playing this back when it came out, how mind-blowing it was. So there is Crystal Castles. We've got 17 votes, y'all, so that's good. 17 votes in the poll. Let's see how many of y'all out there own this iiRcade. I imagine a lot of people that tune in own the cabinet, right? Because no one's out there really searching to buy one of these, or there may be a few collectors and people looking for them. But right now we've got 17 votes. It says, do you own an iiRcade? 65% said yes, 35% said no. So no one's used to, so no one has sold theirs. That's a good indication, right? No one has sold them. And we just got some Biggie D's Arcade gift memberships that went out thanks to Papa Brad's Gaming. Thank you. 5 memberships. That's awesome. I appreciate it. Looks like the Be Me got one, Rainwater Games, Mike Hawkhurts, Duck 3 Dog, and Mr. Paradise 26. Nobody else is going to make one. Maybe I will. Thank you for the memberships. I appreciate that, Papa Brad. That really helps support our channel and what we're trying to do here. Thank you. And we still got that super chat goal out there. So definitely contribute, and we'll go for another hour if you guys are feeling it. I know there's a bunch of other streams tonight. We're going to have Glen's Retro Show tonight. So I'm going to be tuning into that. And maybe he'll mention this game deck tonight. I'm sure he doesn't sell many of these anymore. But he may sell like a random one every once in a while. Let's see here. So what are we going to play next? Castlevania Bloodlines is kind of interesting. This is a Sega game. So it's like, it's not all arcade games. Like this is a Genesis one. But it plays good. And these are the emojis you get if you're a member as well. Play some Castlevania. From Texas. I always thought that was cool on this one. This was always one of my favorite Castlevania games also. I don't know about y'all, but I used to love this one. And this game, it plays pretty good on an arcade as well, because it, was a play choice title in the beginning. I don't know if the sounds are perfect, like to what a Sega Genesis would have been. I don't know the original title that well enough to be able to tell you, but I think it sounds decent. Sounds pretty good. I've got the 8-way joystick on. Seems to control them pretty well. Made it to the boss. So there you go. Castlevania Bloodlines, Sega Genesis title on the iiRcade. Hey, Rexer shows here. Papa Brad says, you don't have Captain America the Avengers. That is such a great beat 'em up game. Let me check and see if I have that one on here or not. I think I definitely got that on my Arcade 1-Up, the one I streamed last week, but I don't think I put it on here because I didn't need it. Yeah, I never put it on there because I don't like having like a ton of games, like especially duplicates, because I can play them on another arcade. I don't need it on this one. Dark Realm says, what about the game Puyon? Do you have that on the iiRcade? I don't think I've got that one either, but let me check. Puyon, that's steps. No, I don't have Puyon, unfortunately. Oh, Police Trainer's pretty cool. I do have the Send in Light Gun. Let me grab that. We'll play it. So this is what's cool, is you can play light gun games on it. And what's great about having the Ultimate Control Panel is you can just plug the light gun in on the front. Rexer says, Biggie, what kind of streaming template is this? Nobody wants to see your forearms and hands on the big screen, LOL. Oh yeah, I guess I could have done a better setup, huh? Oh well. At least you're able to see it in action. We've got 19 votes right now, still holding steady. 63% have the iiRcade, so that's a lot of people in the chat. All right, so here's your send-in light gun. I have two of these. I have one with the recoil. I have one without. I actually prefer the one without. It's too loud. So I just plug the light gun in on the front, like so. And then load up my police trainer. And let's see here if this still works as good as last time I played it. I think I need to turn up the volume. 1 second. All right, come on. What's going on here? Why is the gun not working? Let me come out and come back in.
Metro Police Academy Trainer version 1.5.
Maybe I need to plug it into the second player. It's been so long since I've done this. You used to be able to coin in from the gun. I wonder if when I did a firmware update, you know what it is? I did a firmware update on the sending gun for the new House of the Dead for my PC, and I think that's screwed with this sending gun, and it no longer works with the iiRcade. That's my only thought. But it used to work flawlessly, so I'll need to look into this. Like the buttons aren't even responding, like the D-pad and the buttons on the side, so something's messed up. But you're supposed to be able to do send-in light guns. Rexers is saying we want to see the gameplay from the capture card. All right, so no police trainer, unfortunately. I got to look into that. It does make me want to test it with the House of the Dead on my PC tonight now, though. Make sure that's still working. I guess, you know, these send-in light guns aren't going to last forever either, you know? Like, they're going to probably quit working one day. That's a bummer because Revolution X plays really good on here. We'll do Star Trek because it's a spinner game. It's going to use these controls.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So I'm going to use this left spinner here. This is a fun one to play on here. It uses the spinner pretty well. Uh-oh. So there you go. There's Star Trek. It plays pretty good. Papa Brad saying he likes Star Trek. It's a great vector arcade game. All right, play some Street Fighter Alpha 2. It plays pretty good on here.
Round one, fight!
Yeah, I like playing Street Fighter on here. Controls are perfect for it. Too bad there's not online though, or some way to add that. I mean, I guess you could put a PC in it and play that way, or a Switch. That's a good fun title to play on there. 12 people in here. We got 21 votes, y'all. We got, do you own an iiRcade? 57%. So it's starting to tighten up now that we're getting more votes. We got 57% own the iiRcade, 38% no. But we do have 5% now saying no, they don't have the iiRcade. Maybe they missed out on it, but they're getting Glen's FU arcade. So that's really cool to see someone getting an FU, which will be out this year. Because that, I'm not going to get Glen's FU because I already have pretty much everything I need on this cabinet. No need to really go out and get the FU as well. But if anyone's missed out on the iiRcade, I think that's an excellent purchase. It's perfect. Serves all the purposes of what this does for me, and it does it even better because it's a bigger cabinet. It's got the swappable control panels and all that. Man, I'm upset that I don't have my sending gun working now. That's a bummer. It makes me want to load up my PC during the stream and see if I can get it to work on the live stream for House of the Dead, because it works really good for that. But you guys will see here, I've got, this is where I do my pinball, and I've got a vertical screen set up. We'll have to do a send-in live stream soon, because I wish I could have showed that to you guys tonight. All right, let's see, what's going to be our next one to show off? This one's really good. If you guys like Robotron, this was one that actually came out on the iiRcade, Saturn, and it uses both joysticks. It's a dual stick shooter, but this was one of the best ones I felt that they released. Hopefully you guys can hear the game. May need to turn it up. Wonder if I can pause it. Okay, so this is a modern arcade game, so I can actually pause it. Turn this up a little bit so you can hear it better. This is fun to play with both joysticks. And this was a iiRcade game that actually came out on the iiRcade store. It's a good one. All right, so that is a iiRcade game that I already had before I modded it. And I didn't buy a ton of games for the iiRcade on the iiRcade store, but that was a good one. Operation Wolf was one that came out. It was like the only light gun game. Let me give this Sending one more shot. See if I can get it to work. I don't think it's gonna. Nope, I'm not getting any control out of it. But this game should work good on it. Last time I tried it, it did. NBA Hang Time plays great on here. This is one of my good sports games I have on it. Be Me says, thank you, Papa Brad, for the membership. Really appreciate it. I appreciate it as well. Thank you, sir. Don't understand, though, why I'm not getting any volume. There it is. So it's just one of those ones that's got really low volume. So not all the games are consistent. Like I've got the volume all the way up now just to be able to hear this.
The Chicago Bulls versus the Vancouver Grizzlies. Here's the tip-off. Fires the jumper. Count it. Curve. He shoots. Yes. launches. Pippin. With the rainbow. He misfires. Forced the shot up. Anthony. Bingo. Curve. Goes up from downtown. Off the front of the rim. Fades. For three. Right through the net. Anthony. The fake. A little jumper. Good for two. Head curve. Takes it to the hoop.
Let's play a quarter of this. But you can see it's playing good.
Raises up a lob pass. Rama lama ding dong.
And I'd sold my NBA Jam arcade one up, so this was a good title to play on here.
Curve. Shoot, get that out of here. 1 minute to go. Anthony. He lays it up. He's lighting it up. Curve. Curve.
Get in there.
Took him out to curve from the free throw line.
There you go.
From the paint, scores. Curve. From downtown, off the front of the rim. Fades.
Yes.
He puts up a brick.
Ah, tie. So I've got the volume all the way up just so I'm able to hear this game. So I got to be really careful to turn it all the way down whenever I go out because the menu system is so loud on this iiRcade. If any of y'all out there have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. All right. Man, I'm so frustrated with that dang send-in light gun. I'm going to live stream showing, we're going to test it together to see if the send-in gun works. Because I think I just put firmware on that for the new House of the Dead on the PC. But I think it'll be cool to show you guys this too, how I do this. And we'll test it live. I know it's an iiRcade stream, but we're going to kind of go off track a little. We'll just put this on as like a background. So you can see it works good. All right, so here is what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this screen horizontal so we can do a horizontal shooter. So I'm gonna be working on that. Which is really just like a screwdriver that I have to like unscrew a couple of holes here, and then I can move it. All right, so now that's it. It's horizontal now. Hopefully my PC will recognize that. I gotta grab a extension cord real quick. I've got too much stuff plugged in right now. Let's run an extension cord under here. And then that should start up my PC. Having a hard time focusing though. And we're going to test out my sending gun to see if it works or not. Because I'm a little worried it doesn't work anymore. Brooklyn Menace is here. Cheers. Brooklyn says he's been playing Chimera Beast today on the iiRcade. It's really cool and strange shoot 'em up. Wonder if I can capture the video off the computer on the fly too. I don't know if I can do that while I'm on stream, but we can at least capture it on the camera. All right, so you'll see my computer, whenever I do that and I adjust it to the horizontal, it doesn't pick up on the change. So I got to go into the settings every time I do this, which is kind of a pain, and make that adjustment. Awkwardly, I got to look at it this way and change it from portrait to landscape. There we go. All right, now when I got the send-in light gun plugged into the PC, there's some software you have to load up. Some send-in software. I think I have it. Yeah, I have it on the shortcut, just light gun shortcut. So here it is. And hopefully it recognizes, it should just recognize the light gun when I plug it in. So this light gun could be bad. Oh no, it says stop, so that's good. All right, so we'll see if this works now. But the fact that it says start here is good. That means it's recognizing the light gun. Oh, I got to turn the border on too. Oh, there we go. It works. It works. Okay. Woo! I was worried. But all it is I did like a special firmware for this game that I'm going to show you. Because originally you weren't able to play it with the send-in light gun. And let me see if I can turn it on where y'all can hear it. Do I not have the sound plugged in? Dang it. Why is the sound bar not coming on? Something's not plugged in. No, that wasn't it. So this must be it. Yep, that was it.
Auxiliary in.
Maybe y'all can hear that now. All right, testing out the finish. Come on now. I was able to get the border going, so let's get some. How do I coin in now? Long load screen. It's working. Yeah.
Oh, this is inside. Save Bill. Reload. Reload. Go inside.
So you can see it's working. And it's really accurate too. No crosshair. That's okay.
Sophie? Reload.
Rogan! It's you!
Brooklyn says you pay House of the Dead 2 remake to send in yet. I haven't tried, but I should be able to. I just never picked that up because I heard bad things about it, but if the price is right, I'll get it.
Oh. No. Reload. Reload.
But this is a joy to play here with the singing. Like, just having this game and this sending mic gun is all you really need. Like, you can make a dedicated cabinet out of this setup.
This is terrible. Reload.
There you go. You see, it worked really good. So I was getting too scared that my sending quit working on me. I wanted to test it. I didn't mean to go off track like that. So sorry. But there you go. There's House of the Dead. Go back to iiRcade since we're in iiRcade stream tonight. All right. Brooklyn says his send-in doesn't work on his Gen 1 since he did the Viper upgrade. And I do need to check out House of the Dead too, see how that works on it. But yeah, guys, I did link a video in the description that I encourage you guys to go watch. It was actually from 3 years ago, almost now, from a guy named Dan, and he started the Arcades Anonymous. If you guys watch that stream or are part of that Discord, and I just found it funny, and well, not funny actually, it's kind of sad that he was talking about toxicity in the home arcade community about 3 years ago, and it's like it's still there today in the way it was in that video, just a little bit different. And I just think if everyone watches it, it would help everyone, I think, because I don't want the next 3 years to be like the last 3 years. You know, I would like to see us be able to figure that part out and be able to make it more enjoyable for everybody, you know? And I think we can just do that by respecting one another. You know, there's obviously people in the community that we're just not going to get along with no matter what. It's just impossible for us to get along. We're just different people. Or maybe they've done something to us that we didn't like, but and we just can't forgive them for it. We'll have those cases, but we can at least respect those people and coexist with them. And I think if we're going to say we're part of a community and we should try and be, you know, and coexist at least. Now, and then there's another big part of it about like separating the purchases, like the emotion from the purchases. I think that's really important as well, because when I look back at like some of the people over the last 3 years that I'm not friends with anymore, there's quite a few of them where it just started over something dumb, like an arcade or an arcade part or a brand in the arcade, you know, industry, you know, and it just like something negative was said about a company or a product that they care a lot about. And that's the reason we're not friends anymore. And I think that's unfortunate. You know, it should never be that way where like a toy, like something we're playing right now, would ever get heated enough to where we're not going to associate or be friends with that person anymore because they said something about a product. I think that's ridiculous and something I'll start to call out when I see it, because that's like childish stuff, you know, and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. And I don't think anyone else does either. And I just don't want the next 3 years to be like the last 3 years, if that makes sense. But let's play some Mortal Kombat 4. Let's see here. This may be one where the volume's messed up, or maybe it doesn't work at all. Who knows? We'll find out. It's always a little hit or miss and a little troubleshooting when you're playing these. And I think this is the N64 or the PlayStation version as well. This is not the arcade ROM. But I am not getting any sound right now. So we'll see. And it doesn't look like I have the sound bar on the right side either to be able to adjust it. Or see if I'm adjusting it. Yeah, and it doesn't look like I have any sound at all. Unfortunately, I've got video. Okay, maybe I just need to turn it up before I launch it. We'll see. Yeah, I got volume, it looks like. This actually plays pretty good on here.
destiny.
Be good to theme, like skin this an MK theme.
One point. Sub-Zero wins.
There we go, a little MK4 action.
Round 2. Fight.
They included weapons in 4. That was like the new thing they tried. Also, they went with like the complete computer graphics, which don't look very good. Didn't age very well, but it plays good. I don't know any of the fatalities.
Sub-Zero wins.
So I heard from iiRcade that I'm going to get my haptic kit very soon. So I'm looking forward to that and getting that installed. I didn't get the initial run that everybody else got shipped out, but they said they did promise mine's on the boat and it's on its way. Brooklyn says, how can you play House of the Dead 2 remake with Ascendant yet? And asking that question, you'll need some drivers. You'll need some specialized drivers. If you can let me know, because it's on sale right now. Okay, well, I'll probably need to pick it up too then if it's on sale. See what the price is on it. Oh yeah, they're doing a 30% discount right now. So I'll need to pick that up too. Yeah, what he's talking about is this right here. House of the Dead remake is was 90% off at one point. I don't know if it still is. $15 you can get all of them, but here's just number 2, which is what I need, is $16 right now. But yeah, these are good remakes of classic Sega shoot 'em up light gun arcade games. But you can see the colors coming through on this iiRcade screen, how good it looks. VC Blaze 1 says, I used my iiRcade as a speaker more than an arcade when I owned it, to be honest. Yeah, I've seen people that use the jukebox, that feature. I never put that on mine, but it does have good speakers for music. All right, so I've been streaming an hour and 11 minutes. I definitely want to cut it off at the time that Glen starts, but we'll probably stream until then at least. Looks like we got people watching, so we'll stream till then. Got a bunch of games. This menu system's a little difficult to navigate because you got to pretty much go through everything unless you categorize it. Here's a Mega Man. Mega Man plays really good on it. I think the music's going to be all right. You guys let me know if I need to turn it down. So Mega Man was actually an arcade. And I have 1 and 2 of the arcade ROMs on here, but the second one doesn't want to launch for some reason. I can only get 1 to launch. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to delete games on here. It's not easy, so I just kept it on here. I do wish these Mega Man arcade games, though, were like the side-scrolling levels, like the console game. It's just these boss battles. This is one I never put on that arcade one up we modded, and that ATA Prime mod. I never put this on that. So it was good to get this title on the iiRcade. So you can see how good it looks and plays on here. Let's look at the poll. We've got 27 votes. Nice, guys. That's awesome. 59% said yes, they've got the iiRcade, so still very strongly, most of the people tuning in today own one of these. 33% do not, so still quite a, 1/3 of the people that have watched or came into the stream don't own one. 4% used to, 4% no, but they're getting Glen's FU. And I think Glen's full-size unit arcade machine, it's going to have a lot of these controls, is a great alternative to the iiRcade. So if you're able to pick one of those up or you pre-ordered one, I think that was a great purchase. All right, so let's see what we're going to do here next. I put Arkanoid on here, but it actually does not play very well, unfortunately. I was hoping it did with either the spinner or the trackball, but it just doesn't play good. Batman's kind of interesting. The Double Dragon Battletoads is a good one to have on here because we didn't get that on the Killer Instinct. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs is always one of my favorites, and it looks really good on here. We did Crystal Castle, showed you that. Donkey Kong plays really good too. Donkey Kong Jr. is my favorite one to play on here. So we'll load it up. Oh man, I was muted there for a second while I played Mario. But Mario plays really good on here. I really enjoy this title on here. Plays great, looks great. I've got a bunch of Nintendo Versus games on here. So I got Versus Goonies. I just watched Goonies 2 nights ago for the first time ever. Can you believe it? I've never seen that movie. Just watched it this week for the first time. I'm glad I've got the capture as well as the camera, because if you guys were just watching the camera, you could see how much more washed out it is. But it actually looks really good in person. It looks just as good as the game capture does. The Goonies is a great movie, guys. If you've never seen it, check it out. It's really good. Even 40 years later, or however long it's been. Get up there. He didn't want to go up the stairs. I don't know how great of a play choice game this was back in the day, but I don't really like it. Even though I like the movie, I don't like this play choice game that much. You can see it plays good. I got Dr. Mario as well. This was always a fun one to play on the NES. Uh-oh. So this is a good one you could sink some time into if you like strategy, puzzle games. It's a good one. Violent Storm, really good beat 'em up game. Looks great on here. Truxton, I know Papa Brad's in the chat. He loves Truxton. This is one of his favorite games. Track and Field, I think plays good on here. It's loaded up. These are good buttons, so like you can mash on it. Not worry about breaking them. Just gonna know which buttons to press here. I'm gonna try A and B. Did I win? So there you go, Track and Field. You got a long jump. So you can pause it just by doing that, or if you hold down the menu, that's what gets you back to the games. Punisher plays good on here. You got Tetris. Tekken's kind of cool. I'll load that up because I love Tekken. This is the PlayStation versions of it, but it plays really good on here. Got 29 votes, y'all. 55% own an iiRcade, 38% don't. Remember how mind-blowing Tekken was back in the day on the PlayStation?
Round one, fight.
Man, I'd love to see Basic Fun, new arcade when I do a Tekken cabinet. Maybe this is the year, because this definitely deserves a cabinet.
You win. Round one, fight.
All right, so that's Tekken. I've got all three on here. Tekken 1, 2, and 3. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plays good. Tapper plays really good on here. Let's load that up. Always like playing this game. We could get a Tapper cabinet, would be awesome. I think everyone would want to have a Tapper for their game room. Don't you think? But would it have Budweiser or would it be root beer? Probably root beer. Oop. Or too many. Oh no. So you gotta be careful hitting that double pour. Not be too quick on it. Hey, Kevin's here. You got Soul Calibur. No, unfortunately, no Soul Calibur. I wish I could have gotten it on here, but I never did. It would probably play it though, I would think. It plays PlayStation games. So I would imagine it would. I would like to have it on here. Got Sunset Riders. Saw Street Fighter earlier. I've always liked this Eternal Champions. This is the Sega CD version, but it actually looks and plays really good on here. I don't know if you guys remember this game, but it was one of those ones where we thought it was going to compete with Mortal Kombat because it had some violence in it, but it never was that good. But this version, the Sega CD version, was kind of cool. For these old school like graphics though, I think this looks pretty good. Being like a game that came out in 91 or 92, whatever this was. Always had these real detailed backgrounds too on these stages. So this changed to an 8-way joystick. Since it's a fighting game.
Loser.
tough to kill the enemies in this, like they're long matches.
Loser.
There we go. They like to block, so you gotta be able to attack when they're not blocking.
Loser.
You can taunt. I think that was the big thing about this. It didn't have fatalities, but you could taunt. Or maybe it does have fatalities and I just don't know them. Doesn't look like you get a fatality. But that's a good one. This is a gem to have on here. Will Dallas be able to trade for AD or be able to trade AD? Yes, I hope so. Everybody's hoping we can get something done. I would like to see them ship AD and Clay to Golden State and get Kuminga, get some picks. Maybe some other good talent from Golden State because they're needing somebody. And it'd be good to get Clay back with Steph. No search option. Yeah, unfortunately, VC Blaze, no search, which is kind of a bummer. Like when you get, and that's one thing you got to be careful of. You don't want to put too many games on here because if you do, it's going to take forever to find something. Now you can categorize some things. So like in my action, I can kind of narrow it down a little bit. Oh, Hook, this was a good one. You guys remember iRcade and Hook? This was actually a good beat 'em up game back in the day. One of the later iRcade games. And iArcade had the iRcade license, so I thought they were going to eventually be able to get this title if iArcade had stayed in business. Kevin is also asking here, iArcade is a powerful machine, but they didn't think ahead regarding the user experience, having 30 plus games. All you can do is scroll real fast. Yeah, that's one of the annoying parts about it. It does have the HDMI out that we're using though. I think that was a big, thing that they did add that, their competitors, Arcade 1UP, weren't doing. So let's check this one out here. Play it for a minute. Bring back our memories of Robin Williams. Hook. Yeah, definitely check this beat 'em out game if you've never played it, guys. It's worth checking out. There you go, Hook. All right. If you guys got any suggestions here for the end of the stream, looks like we've got 15 minutes left. Let me know. And, if you've seen anything in that games list that you wanted me to show you, this is your chance. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick a few more here. So Berserk's a good one to play. Good classic. Frogger, like pretty much just any classic arcade game that you don't have a cabinet for, that you just want to have on your multicade. Anything from like the 80s and 90s, this is going to be able to play no issues. There's very few that I've come across that haven't played well on here, and that's probably something I'm doing. You know, there's probably another way of getting on there what you want to play better by doing like configurations. This is such a great score chasing arcade game to play. And I'm not very good, as you guys can see. I'm supposed to be going when they, okay. It's been a minute. Let's do that one more time. Let me turn it up too so y'all can hear it. I got to keep adjusting the volume on this when I change games because the menu system's really loud. And I don't want to like blow your eardrums out switching games. So every time I switch, I'm muting game volume. Not timing that right. There needs to be something back there right before I jump into that last area. Yeah, there's that duck, right? Ran out of time. So you gotta worry about that too. There you go, some Frogger. Classic arcade. Galaga 88, so I love playing this on here. It's a good arcade game. Plays great on here. Looks good on the 19-inch screen. Because even though this is a vertical game, having the 19-inch screen makes it a little bit better to be able to play it on a horizontal, you know, or 4x3. Like, even though I got the black bars on the side, I still got a pretty good amount of screen for the game still. You know, normally the sequels aren't as good as the originals, but like, I always felt like Galaga 88 was one of the good sequels. It's hard to beat the original, but this is up there still. That is a fun one. The Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man will have this title. You never felt a reason to get the Pac-Man because I can just play this on here. There was a point Arcade 1-Up made a Galaga 88 countercade. That was a long time ago. I like how the stages are changing, like the backgrounds. I bet back when this game came out, that was mind-blowing to see something like that, since the other Galaga was all just the same background the whole time. There we go, 24,000 on second try. All right, so we're almost to Glen's show. We got 7 more minutes. Right now we got 31 votes, 55% yes, have the iiRcade, 39% no, do not, 3% used to, 3% said no, but they're getting Glen's FU. Awesome, good to hear. All right, so this will be our last game before we call it quits. So what are we gonna do here? I wish these Arkanoid games played good. So all these light gun games I have on here, I just need to either reflash my sending gun with the drivers that I need for the iiRcade, or you know, I've got that second send-in light gun. I guess just reserve it for just the iArcade and keep my other one set up for my PC. But it looks like you can't have it set up for both, unfortunately. Hope I can relocate those older drivers that I'll need. Because I didn't even think about that. Because this does work great for light gun games, no doubt about it. It pretty much does everything. The only thing I don't have on this are the pinball buttons for pinball, which is something Glen could come out with later. You know, he could easily come out with something like that for it. So R-Type Leo, we'll end on that one. This is a game that did come out on the iArcade. I did pay for this one on the store. This is a really good game that did release on the iArcade towards the end there, if you guys remember. This was such a good one too, graphics-wise.
Let's go.
And I love R-Type. It's one of my favorite arcade games, the whole series. Out of all the iArcade games I bought on their store, this was my favorite one. So this is a good game to end on. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with me today. Go check out Daniel's link for that video I watched. Separating emotion from the purchases. Treating each other with more respect is something I'm gonna be focused on, you know, myself. No call out videos, anything like that. Just coexisting with people I can't get along with, and then, you know, trying to remake up for things that I've done wrong in the past with friends that I've had falling out with. And I think over time, all that toxicity that was a big subject last month will fade away. But I encourage you guys to go check out that video by him. And then also go check out the link for the Ultimate Control Panel by Glen's Retro Show that I'm playing on tonight. If you guys have an iArcade, you can get one of these. Definitely recommend it. As for an iArcade, I don't know if you can get one. They're going to be hard to find because there weren't that many made. And as you can see tonight, not many people that have owned one have sold theirs. They've kept hanging on to it or kept it. There you go, destroyed that first boss.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Kevin, LOL. All right, I'm gonna end the poll now because we're about to head on over to Glen's. I'm not gonna redirect y'all there, but you know where to go. And just took a snapshot here of the poll, 31 votes. That's good data to have. I appreciate you guys joining in on the vote. Thank you also, Papa Brad, for the memberships earlier, the 5 memberships. That was huge. Thank you so much. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you guys have a good Friday. And I will see everyone on Sunday for our weekly live stream. But thanks for hanging out during the iArcade live stream that y'all voted for. Appreciate it. I'll talk to everyone later. Bye-bye.